let's get into the reading portion of things, okay? And so the reading portion of things, I have the book right here. This is part of a 7-volume set. Again, this is the second edition of things, How to Get Rich by Sidney Walton, okay? And I'm just going to read the first pages of the first chapter a little bit to you. But first, let me give you inside a little bit. A little work. 15th printing, you see. Get it all up for you. And so there's 14 chapters, and I'll just read off the chapters for you real quick. 50K sheets, let me hold some. Hey man, that's years of work right there, bro. That's years of work. So chapter 1 is why you must not skip anything in this book. Chapter 2, how to make a buck in a recession. Chapter 3, how to make money cutting costs and expenses. Chapter 4, bankruptcy can make you rich. Chapter 5, for creditors, angles and devices used by bankrupts and how to checkmate them. Chapter 6, for debtors, how to protect your interests when you are the bankrupt. Chapter 7, how to avoid bankruptcy. Chapter 8, bankruptcy, questions and answers. Chapter 9, how to meet and beat competition. Chapter 10, the real lowdown of franchising. Chapter 11, how to cash in on a boom. Chapter 12, how to expand in a boom. Chapter 13, how to outdistance competition in a boom. And chapter 14, how far up will future booms go? So those are the chapters. If you want to look into this book, I would really highly suggest it. I'm gonna start reading it at some point in the future. I have 5 of the 7 books actually, so I need to find the other 2. But this is volume 1, book number 1 of the series, and I'm gonna just read the first little segment. All right, so follow with me. Chapter 1. Why you must not skip anything in this book. This is one of the most surprising books you've ever read, and depending on how well you study it, possibly the most rewarding. Among other things, it tells you how to make a buck because there's a recession, how to snatch a fortune from the fires of bankruptcy, how to beat the toughest kind of competitors at its own game, how to see right through a franchise fake and negotiate a solid deal instead, how to change financial horses in midstream, get out of a business when recession is ending and boom beginning, even if it's still pretty good, how to really cash in on a boom and then sell out before the next recession. So it is one of the most surprising books you'll ever read. It delivers the goods. It really tells you how to go about getting rich in practice, not just in theory. Don't skip anything because there's a continuity. It goes like this. Recessions are here to stay. There is a little use in planning for either boom or recession. The trick is to plan for both and for switching from one to the other. Here's how to make out in a recession while the other fellows takes it on the chin. Very often a man finds the measure of himself and his capabilities when things are tough. Nothing is tougher for businessmen than bankruptcy. There are those who actually profit from a bankruptcy situation. Does that mean they are sharper than the average? Yes. You can learn from them. In fact, you can come out of this worst of situations well ahead of the game if you have the know-how. The second big obstacle for many small operators is big-time competition. Here for the first time, you'll learn something about playing that game. Then beaten by a competitor, beat them right back. Franchises have spread like wildfire in recent years. They offer excellent opportunities and lots of fellows go broke, and here's why. Here's how to avoid a bad deal and latch on to a good one. But recessions end and booms offer the biggest opportunity. When booms come, you get out of your safe recession spot into the rapidly growing ventures where the most money will be made. Your ability to plan ahead of time to make the switch when the time is right is the main point. Your ability to plan ahead of time to make the switch when the time is right is the main point. And that is the argument of this book. Don't think that that's all of it. For these pages are literally thousands of facts, pointers, tips, and direction finders, angles, revelations, all from the actual experience of businessmen who have helped us write this book. Repeat, don't skip anything. Again, How to Get Rich, Sidney Walton, published by Profit Research Inc. October 1963 is when this came out. So 1963. So that was the first page and some of the chapters on this book. Look it up. It's on the rare side. There's not many out there. You can get the volumes if you want, but I'm excited to read because I want to get rich. That's why we're here, aren't we? That is why we're here.